once this is adjusted. Today we're going to focus on talking about CZ. He really did sacrifice himself so crypto will go on, and we're seeing that on the markets right now. We're seeing that people are reacting to, well, what CZ did, and wow, this is a bad timing for everything, but wow, everything has gone up today. All right, so it's been more than 24 hours since we found that CZ has pleaded guilty to anti-money laundering charges. It's more than 24 hours since we found out that Binance has to pay $4.3 billion to the Americans, right? So U.S. government, this is their agreement to pay different agencies across different agencies, $4.3 billion over what charges? Well, here's a list of charges. Let's just bring that up very quickly. Basically, unlicensed money business, money laundering checks, sanction violations, terrorist financing. I mean, Americans throw that on everything. And of course, CZ pleaded guilty himself, and he's gonna go to jail, or possibly. The sentencing hasn't been done yet, but so far it's expected that he may go up to jail for up to 18 months as part of this plea deal. And a lot of people were upset when, yesterday they were like, wow, they were shocked, right? BNB went down there thinking, oh my God, the biggest exchange is going down. But what happened is that this plea deal resolved the big cloud looming over crypto, which was what's going to happen to the biggest exchange if there is Department of Justice enforcement, right? We didn't know what the Americans are thinking. That's before this. We didn't know what the Americans are thinking. We didn't know if there was going to be, serious action against Binance, including maybe even Interpol getting involved, right? We didn't know. Why we didn't know was because in the late 2020, they were undecided if they're going to even talk about money, if money was on the table or not. But now we know that money is on the table, all right? Then we got Yellen coming out and saying, we bagged them, we got CZ, all right? Saying that if crypto wants to play, they got to play by our rules, right? So we actually got a good comment earlier in this channel. So he said, this is from like Dash. He said, would it be better if he fought? All he did was step aside so crypto can be controlled by the financial elite. I don't think so. I totally I see this as a fight. I see this as a fight for crypto and for the future, but I see this as a removing a dark cloud as well. Crypto is inclusive. Eventually, it has to include the traditional financial system. I do believe that this is just one gateway. I'm a big on-ramper guy, right? I believe that there needs to be different on-ramps for people to get into crypto. Now that the biggest cloud that was looming over crypto is now over, the biggest exchange, now they're safe, right? Now Binance, the exchange itself, is safe from enforcement. Right now, people are cautious. We did see yesterday there were outflows from Binance Exchange where there was $1 billion being flown out. People were taking money off Binance, and I do say, like, if you guys do feel like there's a risk, you should do that, right? I'm a big believer also in, like, you only put into exchanges what you need to use. Right? That's very, very important. So if you ever think, if you actually have Bitcoin or Ethereum, something that I've been doing continuously is withdrawing my Bitcoin, withdrawing my Ethereum, put into Ledger. And for Ethereum personally, I'm actually putting them into Lido staking, liquid staking. I'll talk a little bit more about these services later. It's not much. It's 3.7% right now, APY. But, better than nothing, right? Better than nothing. You can actually see Lido actually moving up today on today's radar. So today what we're going to talk about in today's episode, I want to say a big thank you for joining in this live stream. What we're going to do is we're going to do a little tribute to CZ, just talk a little bit about how much he contributed to this space. There's actually a few good stories because, we've interviewed CZ since 2017 when Binance first reached the Western audience. We were the first channel to bring him here, right? And I was skeptical at that time. I was skeptical about CZ. I was skeptical about his intentions. I was skeptical about if this guy, he's going to get rugged, if this exchange was legit or not. But the community, you guys wanted me to interview him. So I talked to him, and the moment I threw hard questions at him, I knew he was legit, right? I knew that he was someone who not only was able to talk, but he could also still back it up as well, which is very, very important. And I was saying that before Binance came along, the press loves to villainize Binance, but maybe not anymore. But before Binance came along, there weren't even good exchanges with good customer service. You try to withdraw some funds from Kraken and some error pops up. Good luck. Have 3 months of just fighting with customer support. But after Binance came along, things were just fast. So, anyways, I think he did a lot to the space. He made everything just really top notch, and every exchange had to respond, and the entire industry moved forward. So he's actually done a lot for crypto. So what we're gonna do is we're also gonna look at a few news articles about this U.S. master plan to really bring crypto like on its knees. But I'm gonna say something here, right? You can see all these master plan happen, but crypto always has a way, and which is why yet again we're gonna bring Ron up here. He's got a few news articles, and we're gonna discuss them as a team. And today is Thanksgiving in the States, so I feel like why not just do a more chill stream? It's actually quite interesting because today is not a holiday here in Hong Kong, but it is a holiday in the States, and I thought I'm feeling chill today. It's a good day to reflect. So we're gonna do an episode with Ron. We're gonna bring him on here. We're gonna start chatting, and then of course we're gonna take some questions and answers from everyone as well. So, and of course, you know me right now. That something that's very exciting for me is that today, now that we see the excitement in the market right now, it's actually quite scary for me because I feel like I'm still in like I need to start deploying more. Right? Like I told you yesterday, I was buying Ethereum, right? And I was thinking, oh, my buying window is probably around a week. But now that buying window is really shortened, it's collapsed, right? It's urgent. It's much more urgent now to start buying because think about it this way, right? Or half the world, like the North America side, they got holidays, right? Thanksgiving weekend, right? That means that during weekends and these non-trading days, family days, right? Generally, crypto prices dip a little bit. But during that dip, once that dip is over for me, right, then it's gonna be off to the races. So there's a lot of urgency to stock up on altcoins. There's a lot of urgency to buy more Bitcoin, Ethereum, which I've been buying. Yesterday I posted. Yesterday I absolutely posted. I bought the dip, right? Like people were not believing yesterday, so I had to show you guys, right? I was literally buying up Ethereum. I was buying up Bitcoin, right? And then today, well, we're moving up, right? But this is not it. This is just a taste, right? This is just a resumption. This is just saying, hey, look, we're back on. But once the bull run starts, holy crap, man. So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little tribute to CZ. We're going to bring Ron in here. So Ron, if you're watching, come in to this chat. And then yeah, we're gonna start off with we're gonna get him to talk about some news, and we're gonna talk about this as well. And guys, if you guys haven't done so already, smash up the likes. We're also streaming on Twitter, right? So streaming on X, it's quite interesting. I haven't actually streamed that much on X before. So guys, if you're watching from Twitter X, please, thank you guys for watching. There's gonna be more. We're gonna figure out like all these things, gonna streamline everything and make better videos for you guys. So anyways, let's do the opening and let's start today's show. All right, we got Ron. Welcome, Ron. We got a chair for you. Ron. Oh, Boxmining!
No way!
No way!
Totally not scripted.
Totally. Well, we got another one here. You want to wear this?
Yeah, sure.
The Binance hat. I mean, yeah, dude, that guy sacrificed himself for crypto, so we gotta wear his hat, right?
Yeah, man.
So just a brief introduction as well. Ron's been on my team for 2 years, almost 1.5 years. 1.5 years.
No, it's 2 years.
It's 2 years. Oh shit.
It's more than 2 years.
Oh shit. Oh shit, time flies, huh?
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun, Ron. So Ron's been he started off as writing.
Yeah, for Gemini specifically.
Right. So you're a writer, but then you did you get crypto experience before that? Not too much.
Slightly, yes. It's not as in depth as now, but before it was just mostly buying shitcoins. I told you my first
All right, right. Sorry. Right. Oh my god.
I bought before China banned crypto. And then it started like Bitcoin was around 63K.
Right.
We thought it was going up, and then China banned, and then it went to 30K. I bought some Bitcoin and Ethereum back then, and I was like, I told my friends, "Is this normal? Like, did I get rugged?"
Right.
And then I didn't sell. I was like, whatever. And then it slowly people started buying more, and then it hit 69K. I was like, okay, this is looking good. You know, it's promising. And yeah, that's how I work for you. I told you the story, and you're like, you're hired.
Yeah. So yeah. So it's a long story. We'll do a full interview and we'll do a full recap of what Ron says. But Ron's been an analyst here for a long time. He started writing, then analyzing, and now he's basically heading up Boxmining Plus, our additional channel. And of course, he knows how to work all this equipment a lot better than I can. But I wanted to comment because Ron actually made the video yesterday, our tribute to CZ. So let's give a quick watch on that. We cannot show you the music, right? So unfortunately, due to YouTube copyright restrictions, we can't show it. But let's show the video. Let's play that video here.
You can sing it.
Oh.
Man.
It's a little bit sad, man.
Yeah, I got a little bit teary when I'm not even lying. I actually got a little bit teary when I was making the montage here. It's the "See You Again" music, dude. It always gets you.
Yeah.
And I also, while I was editing, I was looking at your old streams too, like some of them. It's like, wow, can't believe 3 years gone by so fast. He was so young too back then. Like he had black hair and now he's shaved it.
Yeah, and I remember like his first stream on this channel, he didn't even have a Binance logo behind him. He was just in an office. Like it was a very shitty office too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not gone, but yes.
Yeah, I know. I made it look like he died.
He's not dead. He's not dead. Okay? He's not dead. But yeah.
For this part, right? I wanted to put the 4.
Oh.
But this seems more powerful. It kind of looked like CZ died.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do feel I feel like we made fun of this a lot. Like once you get to know me, I'm kind of an asshole. Not kind of quite an asshole, but he did a lot. He did a lot, and I think like one of the original videos of with him was like, I think at that time it was quite funny because BNB when at that time was literally like $1 or something when he started when he was first on Boxmining. I'm not sure if we still have that video, but
in 2017.
2017, yeah, it was like literally $1, and I was like, this is one of the strongest interviewees I've ever had, right? Because I've always thrown hard questions at people. And there was a douchiest question that I threw on people. Because I was like thinking, the hardest one I actually thrown at CZ was, what do you think of Dogecoin? Mm-hmm. What do you think of Dogecoin? And this is hard because he's the owner of an exchange. Yeah. Right? So like if he says it's super legit, and then people lose money, he's gonna get like rickrolled, right? Yeah. He has to like be like legit sounding. And then if he says, "Oh look, it's a crapshoot, it's a meme coin, it sucks," he's also gonna get flamed. Yeah, he's gonna get boiled alive. So I knew this question was gonna be hard. Yeah, right? Because you ask the exchange owner, "What is Dogecoin?" And you ask these meme coins, and like, can they show it? Can they not? But CZ answered it perfectly. Right? You know how you did it?
I remember you told me this story, but it was a smart answer.
It was a smart answer. Yeah. So the first one was he threw facts out there. He was like, okay, here's some research we did about Dogecoin. All right, there's big wallets. They own a huge supply of Dogecoin. He named these numbers off his head, right? So I was like, wow, like these precise numbers. I was like, he named it. I was like, okay, 80% is owned by the top 3 wallets, like something crazy like that at that time, right? And then he said, there's we know that the development for Dogecoin has stopped, right? It reached the pure meme coin status. Yeah. However, something we found about Dogecoin is that it's got an auto virality factor. Yeah. It seems to be auto viral. Yeah. So that was a perfect answer because he threw facts and he threw like solid numbers at me. Right, and I feel like that made him sound smart because I was like, wow, like he just threw exact, precise numbers at me. Yeah. All right, great. Then he throws something new, right? A new term, auto virality, and this is prior to like full Elon Musk shilling and everything, right? Yeah. So it came true, like, and that guy just like, I think a lot of weaker interviewees would like they would avoid the question or
Yeah.
they wouldn't know how to answer. But it was such a perfect answer, just like to throw it back at me. I feel like
Yeah.
wow, like that was like actually
You can tell he's smart.
you can tell he's smart and you
Yeah.
can tell that he's prepared.
Prepared, yeah.
But the craziest part was that question was not something on the question list.
Yes. Yeah.
That was the craziest part. It was like, wow, like, if he can like pull that from his ass, like these figures from his ass, like respect to you.
Yeah.
Respect to you. Respect to you. So CZ, man, he can answer questions. He knows his stuff. And something I do say about CZ as well. I put my let me see if I have my old Binance video up here. But I'll pull this up here. This really OG interview with CZ.
The first one?
The very first one, but I don't know where it is
Yeah, it's
anymore.
in the live, I think.
Oh, it's under live. But I see
Oh.
it's gone. I think it's gone.
It was not. I looked it up. You have 5 of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I'll try to find it. But let's throw the other one up there. I just put a Binance one up there. But yeah, why not? We'll do this one. We interviewed him quite a few times apparently. So let's throw this one out there whilst we talk about this. So we have the audience has something to look at. So this is like CZ. And,
Which one is it?
yeah, this isn't the work. It's like this is broken.
Oh, your stream deck's broken.
Yeah, my stream deck's broken. So what was the other thing I want to say about him? The other thing I want to say about him is that when I visited him in his office in Shanghai, you knew that he was cool because he worked with the engineers.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's not for show, right? Like he took me out in the office, and then he was in the engineering pool at that time. So 2017, he was just directly working with the engineers. He didn't have his own office, right? And Binance was small. It was a very very small organization, right? So it was like just like 3 rows of engineers.
Yeah.
And he was like sat in the middle. He was like the commander.
Yeah.
He was helping with everything. And there was one person I remember. He took me around the office. There was one person with an actual office, and that was He Yi.
Oh.
Yeah, that was He Yi. So if you guys don't know who He Yi is, she's the other co-founder of Binance. She's the one that we were talking about extensively yesterday. He Yi. She really mostly faces the Chinese side. She's called Yi Jie, right? Sister Yi. Her background came from OKX. But she's also a very, very strong force. And she was the only person in that office with an office. And CZ did all the grunt work. And He Yi was like in the back. Yeah, so she was in the back. That's why I say Binance is in safe hands, right?
Yeah.
CZ, being a figurehead for the Western market was very strong, but he wasn't the only one there. Like He Yi was very powerful, and we don't know that CZ's not dead, right? He just cannot hold any formal roles.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Right, he's gonna be behind the scenes on here. So so He Yi's coming out a little bit. She's continuing to form meme and everything. But CZ himself, he did a lot. And I think like him taking the sacrifice for crypto was like a huge sacrifice. And I'm gonna tell a really shitty joke for you guys. Please don't record this, but this is like a private it doesn't such
It's
a
on live.
I know it's on live. I know it's on live, but this is something that like it's funny now if you think about it, but at that time was incredibly disrespectful. I think at that time.
Okay.
So what happened was that this was actually at the event, the Binance event, and I had a good friend who was like always a joker, right? Who's always a joker. It was actually right before this interview, actually. CZ was nearby. He was answering other press questions, and I was waiting for CZ, right? And I was with my joker friend, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna interview CZ?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like, "What's the first question you're gonna ask him?" And guess what I asked him?
你好吗?
Kinda. But
I know it's a.
I know you know the answer. You know the answer because I told this to you before. But yes, but I said win jail. Right? I was like, it was a joke, right? It was just a joke. It was like, because like at that time, Binance was growing so fast, and we knew that eventually the Americans or someone, so they want some money from him, right? They want some money. So I was like joking. I was like, the question I'm gonna ask CZ is when jail. But now it's not very funny anymore. So like that's like really disrespectful. But I guess like So he had to sacrifice himself. I mean, it did have to happen. Like we
Yeah.
were talking about this yesterday. Like Binance grew so fast that that someone will want some of his money,
Yeah.
right? And he willingly took the sacrifice, right? He willingly took the sacrifice and said, you know what, I'm gonna plead guilty, right? He so that Binance can be clean.
Yes.
Fuck man, that's incredible. That's crazy. That's crazy.
What did he reply when you said when, Jim?
No, I didn't ask that question, right? That was just disrespectful, right? Like it was a stupid joke with some stupid friends, right?
I
So
thought you actually asked.
no, if I did, then I think CZ would have literally strangled me. But
He wouldn't do this interview.
he wouldn't do this interview. No, not really. But yeah. So yeah, guys. I'm sure one day he'll probably come out, and if you guys have any questions for him, we'll we'll leave this here because I think he will come out. Yeah. Yesterday everyone was complaining I got cola, so today I have a big bottle of water with my name on it apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's for today. Okay, you have some topics as well, Ryan. So I'm
Yeah.
exhausted from doing
So-
stuff. So you want to take control, take the
Right.
helm. It's all yours.
So, where's your what?
Right, and then now you're gonna transfer. Wait. It's
Oh.
actually loaded up here.
Oh,
It's actually loaded up here. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Let's see. Okay. First of all, right, we were reading between the lines of these news. What is exactly the reason, or who is actually involved, or who benefits the most with CZ leaving?
Wow.
Right?
Wow. Who benefits? So Americans benefit because they got money.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I actually do see competition also heating up.
Yeah.
I actually see the Chinese side, OKX is really ramping up.
Mm-hmm.
I see Bybit actually benefiting from both what's happening on Binance and what's happening with FTX. They're actually, I see them like plowing on features endlessly.
Yeah.
I think I kind of know the answer, but you have a bunch of politicians things up here, so let's go through that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. First of all, do you notice that the SEC did not sign on to
Yes.
the joint settlement
Yes.
agreement?
Yes.
So
they
that
did not.
means there has to be a counterparty that benefits from this, and the SEC is kind of shielding them. Right? So we're talking about fund managers, specifically BlackRock. Yeah, I feel like they benefit the most out of this because with for the longest time Binance, even now, right after CZ stepped down, Binance is still the most dominating force in crypto, right? But the financial legacy players, they want to be the one that's capturing most of the market share, right?
Yes.
But they cannot get rid of Binance and CZ. So the best thing they could do is just slap a fine on it and then have him step down as CEO. And for them, that's already a win, right? So I think they kind of underestimate how strong we are. Right? All of us investors, they think that, with this news, we're going to leave crypto. We're not going to come back ever. And then they can just swoop in and do whatever they want, right? But that's not the case. I think it's not playing out like that. So what I'm saying is that who benefits the most out of this? Who has motives, right? It would be the SEC and BlackRock and all of those other fund managers, right?
Yes. So we were talking about this yesterday as well, right? It's almost an attempt to try to level the playing field, right? Because they knew like BlackRock, like what would you guys want to go on a BlackRock exchange? Like seriously, like we've been in crypto for so long, right? You're already wearing a Binance cap, right? Right? You're not gonna go on a BlackRock exchange, right? That sounds stupid, right? And we already know that these banks will sell you out on a whim, right? We know that the eventual goal is financial freedom. So they're going to be extremely unpopular coming in. So so the SEC taking them down, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? We're saying this as a two-fronted side, right? One is the government wants a little bit of money. The second of all is that government needs to feed, well, not really the government, but the politicians need to feed their backers.
Yeah, they want to make the big banks happy, right? And there's a reason why the SEC has been delaying the crypto spot ETFs, right? Because now Gary Gensler's job is to crush crypto as much as possible so that they can give to the big banks, right? And here's the thing. Right after CZ stepped down as CEO, and then all of those stuff happened. What happened? The SEC is meeting with Grayscale and BlackRock to discuss.
It's just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that, right? So it's actually quite incredible. Like you basically have to read kind of between the lines between what's happening. I mean, the big banks have always been our enemy, right? I think I've been done. I've been talking on crypto for too long, man. I need to retire sometime, right?
No.
But I feel like yes, this is absolutely true, and this is going back to the original OG, what we're talking about in 2017, right? Like these big players, right? They're shady AF, but they got the lobby. They can lobby for certain advantages, right? They were kind of caught blindsided at how successful crypto is. I think that was the issue, right?
Yeah.
They were like, Jamie
Diamond?
Yeah, Jamie Dimon. He hated crypto.
Diamond? Diamond Hand?
Diamond Hand. Diamond Hands. His stance on crypto was like fraud,
Yeah.
right? Absolute fraud, hyped up. It was a bubble, right? And they were the main antagonists. But now, right, you see all the banks are gonna jump in, and it's just a matter of time before Jamie Dimon says, "Hey, guess what? It's not." So it's really interesting to see this change, and it's really interesting to see how these big institutions are scrambling to try to get their lobbyists and their politicians that they have on the palms to push for their advantage, right? BlackRock's advantage. It's sneaky.
Yeah.
Like now, BlackRock's got a foothold in this, right? If this was a fair game,
Yeah.
if this was a fair game, then absolutely these guys would like be goners.
Yeah.
Right? It almost reminds me, I guess. Yeah, this is showing my age here, but there's that fight in Gladiator, right?
Yeah.
Between I think it was between Maximus and the Emperor.
Yeah, at the end.
At the end, and then they stabbed him first. They stabbed Maximus first, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like this is exactly what's happening, right? You're like,
yeah.
And then now you can fight. That's what's happening in crypto, right? Right? We're like, let's like stab Binance a little bit. All right, CZ, it's your time to fight.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's it's a fair fight. No. And then you realize, okay, CZ is still fighting.
Yeah.
All right. And Maximus is still fighting.
Yeah.
All right, he's actually doing well, even with 2 stab wounds. He's doing well, right? And then how's it gonna work, right? Then they bring the tigers out, right? they bring some tigers out, and the tigers will only attack Maximus, right? Like they got the guys with the chains. They're like, whenever Maximus is down, like let the tigers pounce on them, right? Like this is what's happening. This is the analogy of what's happening with crypto, right? Like crypto. We're the underdogs, but we fought, right? Even with all the disadvantages, right? Like, trust me, 2016 was not easy. 2017 was not easy, right? 2018 was even harder because people hated us. like we're branded as scammers. We're branded as like literal like dog poop. Right, I talked to this with my parents even, and they're like, "Yo, when are you gonna find a new job? And like, what the fuck are you doing with your life, right?" And then now, now you want the advantage. Oh, now you want politicians to try to put the CEO of the biggest exchange in jail. Oh my God, yeah. So that's exactly what it is, right? Like we're still trying to fight there. And then like we got tigers pouncing on us. But the good thing is, right, crypto is so strong. And no matter what tigers you pounce on us, it doesn't matter.
At the end, the Emperor dies.
It still dies. Maximus.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't watched Gladiator, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Also, that was such a good movie, guys. That was such a good movie.
When will the Emperor die? That's the question.
I would say, okay, so this is the issue, right? Gladiator and fight. Does it actually work? This is the one, right?
Yes.
He still dies, right? He's like they, he gets stabbed. They still fight, right? He's like half broken, but it's interesting. I feel like it'll be a few years, right? The traditional money still needs to move in. All right, I feel like that's quite important. right?
It's a very weird relationship we have right now.
It's a weird relationship.
Because if they come in, obviously Bitcoin, crypto are going to pump. But is it the sort of future we want where majority of it is from institutional players, right?
I feel like okay, so here's my problem, right? Like I've seen the space change, right? And it started off with just some geeky guys, right? Some super geeky guys um fighting against the real bigwigs, right? And I was very optimistic back then. I feel like I'm a lot more pessimistic these days. Like these days I'm thinking like what is the most pessimistic outcome, and that's probably the one that will happen. Like I feel like uh I've seen so much of the dark side of this world, right? And I feel like the traditional side has to come in first. So I feel like the big banks, there'll probably be a very regulated crypto period where it's like similar to what's happening in Hong Kong, right? Like Hong Kong, we see the SSC giving out licenses. We see the unfair advantage, right? And we see outright robbery, right? Which is this is the emperor still dies. Eventually, it'll die. So I feel like maybe 10, 20 years is really the time. So this fight's gonna last a long time, and this is this is gonna last a long, long time. Right. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get demonetized now that we played half of Gladiator. Even without sound, I think we're gonna
Really?
get demonetized. But
Okay.
okay, let's pause it. It's not about demonetized. It's all bad. Okay, demonetized is fine, right? I don't really make money from crypto, but the problem is getting banned from live streaming. That's like the content strike. That's a big messed up one. So anyway, so now end conclusion, we see all the big banks also coming up with their own. First of all, it's going to be the ETFs, but very likely we're going to see their crypto exchanges coming up. Exactly like what's happening in Hong Kong, right? The hash key exchange, that is regulated, right?
Yeah.
That's coming from a regulated, that's coming from a fund, right? So that's coming from the hash key fund.
Yeah.
We're going to see a BlackRock exchange soon. I can see that happening very, very soon, like maybe 7 months down the future. That's gonna happen, and are you guys like answer me this question? Are you guys gonna trade on the BlackRock exchange? And the sad part, right? The saddest part for me, and here in Hong Kong, is that I actually did trade on the hash key exchange, right? Why? Because it has a lot better off ramps and on ramps, like. It's now that it's compliant, right? They're just working directly with the banks. So eventually, if I want to move money in and out of crypto, it's good to have a trading history and record there, right? So that's the big irony. Like at some point, you still have to play with these big guys until eventually the whole world moves into crypto, which is then one Bitcoin equals to one Bitcoin. Right? If that's when one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin, we don't care about the prices anymore. US dollar becomes irrelevant.
Oh, you think that will actually be the case?
That will
A
happen.
friend of mine actually told me if the US dollar collapses, then the whole world will go to shit.
Yeah, it'll go to shit. So it depends, right? But it's a matter of time, right? The US economy will not last forever. But
They
Bitcoin
say
will.
that they won't allow that though. Like even their competition with BRICS.
It's okay. Don't worry. When the Americans are bickering, you just bring up gender politics. You bring up something with like, then it's okay. The moment we bring up gender politics, Americans are just gonna like fight between themselves for like at least half a year. All right. But that's the truth, right? Like,
But it is honestly kind of scary though if the US dollar collapses.
Like-
Because
like-
I actually fear that. Because there are savings plan and investment plans here in Hong Kong that I participate in, and they heavily rely on the US dollar. So
don't worry, you're still young. It's okay.
Okay.
Don't worry, you're still young. That's an irrelevant question. You'll learn by the end of this bull market. That is a completely irrelevant question. Your savings plan, forget about that. Just delete it.
Put
it's
it
okay.
in Bitcoin.
You can't even touch it. Just delete it.
Just delete
just
it.
outright, swipe.
Lord.
Just delete it. It's okay. Pass.
Oh my
Right,
God.
that's how it works. But all empires collapse, and I see that as a big problem. Like all this like politics, gender politics, wokeism, all these things. That's a discussion for another day. But they are exactly what's gonna cause the American empire to collapse.
Yeah,
Sorry.
because I am really scared of the US dollar collapsing. Like every day it's starting to get closer and closer.
Yeah, I mean
It
with
starts with
politics,
their
yeah.
debts.
Yeah. Yeah. So guys, keep following this channel. Make sure you guys smash up the likes. I hope you guys enjoyed this Mova Cho live stream with us. We're gonna talk a little bit about altcoins. I think the last 10 minutes, let's talk a little bit of altcoins. What me and Ron are buying.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with Ron first. Are you buying any altcoins? Are you into anything?
I'm looking at low market cap tokens.
Right.
It's
So
a degen play.
right, and it makes sense. I
Yeah.
think it's a good to actually talk about this right
Yeah.
now. Like, I mean, we kind of joke about degen plays for a while and what
Mm.
happens, right? But can you understand? Can you just like roughly tell me why you would go for a degen play right now, or what's the reasoning behind that? Right?
Because the ROI is much bigger, and plus my capital is not high, so I really need to rely on low market cap to make 100x. I think that's still possible because if you go on Twitter, there's tons of really good altcoin traders who are very good at looking at token sentiment. Can I name?
Yeah, sure, of course.
So I really like this guy, Doomstar. He's very accurate.
Oh yeah, he's the OG.
Yeah. Since and
Why am I not following him? Did I unfollow him? Wow, damn. Weird. Huh?
So his win rate is like 9 out of 10. So what I do is I just see whatever is there, and then because he also has a group with other, he has an alpha group with other really good altcoin traders as well. So there's also T-Nut. So they all are like really close friends, and then they talk about what coins are popping. And usually, whatever they talk about, the token moves, and they say what their play is, and then they also admit that some of their plays are wrecked, but most of the time it's like good. So
that's good. I think this is the time to start looking because and I want to distinguish this as well because every investor is different, which is why not financial advice works, which is why none of this is financial advice on this channel. We're not financial advisors. We all have different strategies, right? And absolutely, right? Like, let's say, for example, comparing just two extreme examples. I love extremes, but let's say, for example, we have Ron. He's young, right? You still have a lot of working years ahead of you.
Yeah.
Right. Which is why you can YOLO. Right. Which is why, like, let's say, for example, this month's salary, whatever. Right. Like, technically, all right. Technically, you go without. Maybe you can go without food for a few days, but. All right, but your risk profile is very different from something like my mom, right? Let's say my mom, she's like almost 70. It's just very different because they're not working anymore.
Yeah.
Right? They're not working anymore. If they YOLO and they degen and let's say even if there's like a 1% chance, it goes to zero.
Yeah.
Right? Don't take the 1% chance because you're gonna starve for the next 10, 20 years, right? Or for like 100 years of your life, right?
Yeah.
Until I rescue them, right? But then it's very, very, very different. Like with like hopefully they don't do 100. By the way, I probably missaid something. Don't kill me, mom. But it's very different. Like for me, I'm a little bit older, right? Like I'm a little bit older than you. For me, I still have to be a little bit more defensive.
Yeah.
Like I think, which is why I kind of partition my brain out. Like so, I have a very degen brain, but then I also have like a safer brain, which is like, okay, look, I need to make these bigger plays, but safer plays right now. So I think it's good to talk about them. So you're going for YOLO into stuff.
Yeah, I notice you're mostly more defensive, safer.
A lot more defensive.
You're very
I have
old
to.
school. Yeah.
It's not about being old school or not, but it's just like at some point, like I want to make the big plays down in first. So say for example, like I actually did something very big yesterday, which is I have a lot of wallets because like during the last run I had a lot of wallets. So I actually don't know how much Ethereum I have. So I actually had to combine a lot of my ETH. I had to merge a lot of my Bitcoin. So I say, okay, this is really what the holdings are, right? And I said, okay, I'm happy with this position, right? These are the big plays I'm gonna make, right? Once I go for the big plays and I say, okay, look, I need to farm with them too, because even if it's 3%, right, but you're farming with a lot of ETH, you still get a lot of money. It's still money, right? So I'm just making sure no money's left on the table. That's my first play, right? So yes, Bitcoin, Ethereum, big ones. Actually, there's one chain link. I'm trying to build up my position on VeChain. I'm trying to build my position up on. There's also I'll put it up here. Chainlink, Arbitrum. Avalanche, Phantom, Injective, Doge,
Oh my
Rune.
god, generational wealth.
But I'm building positions up on these, right?
Okay.
So the bigger ones, and I'll talk about why in a second, in another video, right? So it makes sense for me to do that early on in a wave, right? Because then I can just fire and forget, right? Then I just like put this away and I say, okay, these are my hodl. I'm not gonna touch them. I'm not gonna trade them. Whatever. I can put that away for a while. Bam, right?
Yeah.
And then my degen side comes in, right? Then I'm like, okay, look, I have a degen budget. Then I can YOLO and play with you guys, right?
Yeah.
Whatever, right? Because I feel like that's where all the excitement, where the new innovation is. Have you guys seen Fame Coin? Like this is something that we've been helping out with them because like this is where like you can't fade on these smaller projects too because this is where the innovation comes. And I feel like this is a project where like a lot of people don't understand. The reason why they don't understand is because they think this is an AI play. Or it's actually quite a complicated concept to wrap your brain around. So what it is it's an AI KOL, right? So it's an influencer who is created by artificial intelligence, and we're at that point where this is possible, right? This was not possible for like the last 3-4 years, right? But what it is like they can use AI to generate people and influencers, and then the coin is part of that ecosystem, right? Like ownership of the entire ecosystem. So they already have this on. So I know I'm showing this hard, but I want people to see the vision. So like these are the people there, the faces and whatnot, and they have the engine to generate infinite like pictures, images, videos of these influencers, right? And this solves a very big question because like one thing that we see with Web3 is that you can participate very early. People can participate in the growth of an influencer or a KOL, right? But the problem is like you never get to own people, right? We've discussed this like for years in crypto. Like for me, I was talking with a lot of people. Like they're like back in that day, they're like, oh, what if I can own a piece of CZ, right? Like let's say CZ comes on my channel, right? Maybe he is a KOL, right? But what do I get for talking with him? I wouldn't back him. At that time, I can buy BNB, but that's not CZ, right? What if I can own CZ? Well, what if I can own Kim Kardashian? All right, if you're not in crypto, or I can own like what if you discovered Ed Sheeran when he was like playing in a garage somewhere? Right? What if that was the case, right? Like he's playing a garage. He's fucking handsome. Not that I have a crush on him, but he's playing a garage. He's got like scruffy hair, but like when the moment he's like strums a guitar and he opens his mouth, holy shit, the room goes silent, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my god, I want to own Ed Sheeran. Yeah. But the problem here is that you can't own Ed Sheeran, right? But you can own AI influencers, right? So if you're like, oh shit, what if I can own Carol Garcia? I'm not sure how they named that. What if I can own Carol Garcia, right? Or I can own Elisa Schaefer. They got to change their last name. But this is the start, right? This is the start of their influencers, right? This is the start of their influencers. Like, what if I can own Bonnie, right? So that's like powerful thing about AI, right? So they're doing their initial viral offering that's coming up pretty much today, actually. So Fast Forward basically where if you promote them, you get points. So yet again, you don't have to play, you don't have to buy any coins. I don't want to show shit coins here right now because like right now it's still uncertain, right? But the good thing is that because you like and you subscribe and these things you like and share, they have value, right? Especially for a KOL. So once you like and share, you get points, and then you can eventually convert that into the native currency thing. So I think that's kind of interesting. I think that's like it took me like 5 minutes to explain this, but that's what I see in this. Is like I've seen this as solving a question that a lot of people ask me. It's like, oh, can I own Boxmining? Like fuck no, you can't. But can you own an AI powered influencer? Fuck yes, you can. So there we go, right? There we go. Llama666 says AI personalities. Black Mirror is upon us, guys. Black Mirror is absolutely upon us. We got Mo. Is that Mo? Is that the Japanese character for Mo?
It looks like it.
It's more. It's more, right?
Momo.
Momo. So good to see you back streaming daily, Michael. Good old days. Yes, we are. So the deal here, the long-term plan here is right now I'm getting a lot more busy because I've started my own fund to start to invest in crypto. That's Ozaru. I'm also just I'm actually gonna spend a lot more time on my family as well. I feel like this time, like last time, I was like, my policy was like just make as much money as possible. Don't care about family. Don't care about health. Don't care about everything. I feel like that's just that's past now, right? So now I want Ron to help stream with me. So we're gonna see more Ron, but Ron's still a little bit resistant. So guys, cheer him, please. Please do cheer him when he's on stream. But we're gonna bring more people on to stream for you guys daily. We're probably gonna start that after December. Like starting in December, we're gonna try to stream daily as much as possible. And then
MTMD, Doomstart.
Doomstar, absolutely. And it's actually going to be interesting. I think we're going to have this dialogue between me and Ron because we're going to have very different strategies.
Yeah.
Right? There are times when I'm going to laugh at Ron, right? I was laughing at you earlier on this month when you did have positions liquidated, right? And you went too aggressive, right?
Yes.
But it's okay.
It was the right play, just the wrong execution. Because the past month, the market is like this, right? So I got stopped out when I got wicked. So it's insane.
It's insane.
And my theory of following these kind of accounts is I notice altcoin traders who have a relatively smaller following, they're a lot more aggressive.
Yes.
Because they have nothing to lose.
Yes.
So they will give you the alpha plays.
Yeah.
And then you just follow them, and then it's up to you if you want to take the risk or not. That's why they're saying not financial advice.
Yeah. And it makes sense, right? The smaller coins are where you can make like 100x, 1000x. I do want to fight those days. So it's good to have Ron here too. It's good to have a companion who's like, okay, shit, they're just digging everything, right? So so one thing I also want to tell you a little bit about Ron and share with you guys here is that Ron actually did something very courageous.
What did I do?
What did you do? You quit gaming.
Oh.
Like I actually really respect that. So prior to the last few months, Ron was very big gamer, right? Like you're like Apex Legends, you go home and you play until 3 a.m. and then you come in an office and you're like tired, black eyes, and like, oh, Michael, I'll do work for you, but you know, like I'm tired. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, I saw it's like normally I don't want to tell people what to do outside of work.
Yeah.
Right, that's usually not cool. But I think at that point of time, it's like I was quitting gaming, and then I was just like, you know what, like there were these problems if you're like really big into gaming. Like when crypto starts up, you can't be spending 5-6 hours a day on video games, and you gotta prepare, right? So I told him he quit gaming, and dude, he did it. Yeah. And congrats, bro. Like that was like respectful. That was respectful. Like that is your like that was your commitment to success.
Yeah.
I would say.
Because he gave me an ultimatum.
Yeah, I was
but it was reasonable because you're like the bull market is here. Like if you're not gonna spend time researching after work, right? Then how are you gonna be better than everyone else? And that actually hit me because I am super competitive. And you know me, I come from a basketball background.
Yeah, I saw him. Like he was taking this as okay, I can just write a few articles, great. But then he wasn't fully committed. Like I think it's like you can see the wasted 1.5 years, right?
Yeah.
It's like now he's like holy shit. And I see Boxmining Plus. So Ron's actually working on the Boxmining Plus to give you guys additional content. But Boxmining Plus, you've been streaming like 5 times a day now, right? So. So actually, that's really commitment. That's really commitment, right? You've been streaming. We're actually live on Boxmining Plus too. So hi everyone on Boxmining Plus. But we've been here, and this is Ron's streams. There's endless, right? Endless streams. Like there's like 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 5 days ago, 5 days ago, 6 days ago. Like it's like, and you can understand why it's so hard, right? Like YouTube is like, at the start, it's quantity. It's quantity. It's just like.
That's why instead of doing longer streams, we try news first. That's what the Box Mining Plus channel is all about. We're testing out comment and to train my skills as a presenter, right?
Yeah, and it's a grind, bro. Like I think anyone into crypto, I think you have to understand it's a big grind.
It is a big grind.
There's no shortcuts.
Yeah.
There's no shortcuts, right? And I think me and Ron were a little bit the same. Like we always try to find shortcuts in life.
Yeah.
Like, you know, especially like you know.
And I know you called me out on this because we're the same.
We're the same. I've been doing shortcuts like back in school days, when I did math homework, I'll do the first question and the last question, and the middle stuff, like forget about that, right?
Yeah.
You know, like I'm the master of like, you know, and then when it like, because you know you can time it, right? When a teacher asks, you know, have you done your homework? You just got to be big balls, right? Like, yes, absolutely. The first one, last one, absolutely done my homework, right? And then she doesn't check anything, so I'm okay. And then she's like, oh, let me talk about the last question, Michael. Show me how it's done. I'm like, okay, sure, no problem. So I found all the shortcuts in life. I can find all the ways to be lazy, but I realized when it comes to YouTube, like your time cannot be. No. Yeah, you just cannot, right? If you look at the original Box Mining channel, and we actually don't have all the full videos out there because we actually realized with YouTube algo, you actually cannot. It's actually not in your best interest to put all your videos out there, but like. It's a grind, right? It's this is like it's not easy to make a fuck ton of content. It keeps going. It just keeps going.
You parted your hair in the middle.
Yeah, so it's just
you even have side swept bangs.
Yeah, man. I didn't care about my hair. That was one thing I did not care about. When I made.
Oh my God, Sam Bankman-Fried hair.
Where?
This one. We can scroll down.
Oh my God.
This one.
Oh my God, yeah. It's just like 6 months uncut hair. Just didn't care, man. I did not care.
Damn.
I did not care.
Youngin.
I did not care.
You were a youngin.
Oh, this one. This was the original one. This is the original one.
The first one on Zoom.
Binance, yeah. Look, that's CZ, man. That's CZ in his shitty office, right? That's before he actually had a nice Binance background.
Yeah.
The young CZ. Dude, he actually looked a lot younger.
Mm-hmm.
I looked a lot younger. He looked a lot younger. He has like a boyish charm to him at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think that wraps up today's video. It was nice talking to you guys. There's a lot more coming up. So I do say CZ, like ultimate sacrifice. This was 6 years ago. 6 years ago, we talked to CZ. He got me to buy some Binance. Then I sold some Binance after talking to Tone Vase. Because he's like, Binance is a scam. It's over. Then after selling a little bit of Binance and seeing Binance go from $10 to $300, I deleted Tone Vase from my from my list. I mean, maxis are maxis. I started to understand maxis are maxis, right? Yeah. And they'll always just think Bitcoin is the best one, but. It was great. It was a good experience, a good learning experience, and then you start like over time figuring out what to believe in and what to set on. So I hope you guys can share more of that journey with you guys. Yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching today, and we'll see you guys soon. Anything else to add, Ron?
Thank you so much, guys.
Peace. All right. Thank you, CZ, as well. Thank you, CZ.
Thank you for everything, CZ. Truly.
All right. And then should we do one last link giveaway? There's a chill stream, so we'll give you guys the link to the private group. We almost got 1,000 people there now, and I think that's a good time to close up the group, and then it'll be great. So guys, we'll do that. Also, we should push the ad button. We should still do one ad button. All right. So this video is brought to you by Bybit is a top cryptocurrency exchange, and now they are listing new coins the fastest with the most volume, which is pretty insane if you want to get in on all that crypto action. If you do want to join the Bybit exchange, there is a limited time offer, which is 50 free US dollars if you do the first KYC and you load more than $100 into the exchange. If you're interested, sign up with the link down below and you'll automatically get in this offer. Remember, it's only for the first 100 people to do so, so what are you waiting for? Gosh, I look so tired in that. Look, I like that. Do I look younger now? Hopefully, okay. Hopefully that face cream's working. But like, yeah, face cream. Yeah, man, you gotta moisturize, bro. Gotta moisture. I'm Captain Moist.
Captain Moist.
Captain Moist.
That sounds so sus.
Yes. That's my special power.
Moist.
I'm moisture.
You're moisting.
It's not wet. It's moisture.
It's moist.
Yes, get it right. Get it right.
It's moist.
But yeah, guys, smash up the likes. And also, I know I was very tired in that video, but yeah, Bybit's actually doing really good trading tools.
Yeah.
They're actually like through the roof in terms of like what they can actually do for trading. So if you guys are interested in signing up for Bybit, do use the link. And also, if you use my link, of course, you get to use be part of an iPhone giveaway. So those are the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So
512 gigabyte.
yeah, so make sure you get those up. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching.